crazy but me.
It's crazy but me.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, everybody out there in Radio Land. How's your Super Bowl going today? Girl George and the Dragons radio show, and I'm Girl George. And today we have Bart Davenport on the show. So what have you been doing, Bart?
What have I been doing? I've been sleeping. I just had some coffee.
Okay. You've toured Europe, haven't you?
Yes.
Where have you been?
Quite a bit. Oh, I've been to Spain a lot. I've been to France, Germany, Holland, all over Scandinavia, England. Does that count? Is that Europe?
Yeah, that's Europe.
Okay.
How about Ireland? Did you make it to Ireland?
No, I've never been to Ireland. I really want to go there.
Yeah, that's a cool place. I hear it's green. So
yeah,
where are you at now?
yeah.
Are you in L.A. or are you in San Francisco, Berkeley area?
I'm in Highland Park, Los Angeles.
Oh, so you're in L.A.
Yeah.
Have you seen Helen? I've been trying to get Helen on here, except I think she works on Sundays. The French girl.
Oh, Hélène Renaud.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
she's in L.A. too.
She's here. She's part of the massive migration that has happened from the Bay Area to L.A.
Well, the other way. I was in L.A. from about 83 to 95, and then I came back to Berkeley, and you guys all went to L.A.
That's right.
Yeah,
but
you used to play at my open mic at the Stork Club in Oakland.
We used to do that. Those were great days. But you were in L.A. for a long time, right?
Oh, shit. Yeah. From 83 to about 95.
And then you played at Al's Bar?
Oh, Al's Bar, yeah. I've got the owner of Al's Bar is going to be on this show in a couple of weeks. It's going to be great.
Oh,
everyone
called him Al,
everyone called him Al, but his name is Mark.
Oh,
so he's going to be on the show week after next. So that'll be cool.
What was it like? The original Al sold it to him, but then he just took the name?
Well, I think the bar has been there for probably close to 100 years. But it was a little tiny bar underneath the hotel. And he bought the whole building, and it was always named Al's. So he bought the building, it was named Al's. He kept the name Al. But they kept breaking out rooms and making it bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, it was a little tiny bar, and he busted out all the rooms on the bottom and made it bigger and bigger. And they kept busting for having too many people in because there's only supposed to be 40 people in there, and there's like 500 people. And so he kept getting have to do work hours. What do you call that? Where you work off the hours for your fine, and he'd have thousands of hours that he'd have to do for fines for having too many people in the place.
He would work off community service to pay off the fines for too many people in his bar?
Yeah, we get busted all the time for too many people. Those were good times. Those were great times. If they didn't like it, then they'd throw cups at you. And he instigated. He was on the PA. He was the one doing the sound, and he had it locked up so they couldn't get in and kill him. You know, he had a cage.
Oh, I remember there was like a cage. There was like a cage around the sound. Yeah.
Yeah, he would instigate them to throw stuff at the acts. He'd say, "We promise no talent, and we deliver." But they never.
I played there once.
At me. They never threw nothing at me. I would have killed them.
Right. With your sword?
Yeah, with my sword and everything. How long have you known the Moore brothers?
Oh, I guess the mid-'90s I met them. Yeah, probably about 96 or 97.
There were a lot of gigs with him?
Yeah. Yeah, I think, we started because I was in a band called the Kinetics, and they were in a band, called Some of the Made, if you probably recall.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And, I don't know, I think it was Greg used to come see the Kinetics a lot, and then the sort of group of people that we became friends with that were friends with them, and so then we started to go see them. But I don't think we did a lot of shows together. I don't think Some of the Made and the Kinetics really would play together that often, but with just sort of a mutual admiration started kind of then. And then really, when I got to be quite close with Tom and Greg Moore was coming to your open mic nights at the Stork Club. That was when I, they had kind of lost the rhythm section, and they were just like, they hadn't really decided to be called the Moore Brothers quite yet. It was like Some of the Made had just kind of come to some sort of close, and they were just, playing at this open mic night and kind of sorting it out, but they would keep performing together. And so I think, several of us just started telling them, well, you should just be called the Moore Brothers. And so they I guess they took us pretty seriously because that's what they've been doing ever since. So.
Didn't you have another band called something else besides that?
Well, before the Kinetics, I was in the Loved Ones.
Oh, that's what I mean. Yeah, I've seen videos of on YouTube of them. What kind of music do they do?
It was like, these young guys in the 90s, pretending to be a 60s blues band, I guess.
The Blues
More
Brothers.
or less. So it's sort of like, sort of like we imagined it to be like the Yardbirds backing up Paul Butterfield or something like that.
So
I was always
got a new album coming out?
I was always messing up the image, because the guys, we'd all come from this kind of mod revivalist scene and very Anglophile, kind of British styles, and then, when we were teenagers, and then, around the time of the Loved Ones, I started, rocking this like almost 50s kind of blues guy look, which was really kind of ruined the whole thing because the other guys, sort of looked like, the members of the Small Faces or something, and, there I was like with the slick back hair and the sunglasses. I kind of ruined the continuity of our image. Till towards the end.
Did you know the Flamin' Groovies? Did you ever see them? You ever see the Flamin' Groovies?
Oh, we opened for Roy Loney one time at the where it was at Bottom of the Hill.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was great.
They were kind of like that too.
Well, they were like weird because they were bringing back the 60s in the 70s, but they were a band from the 60s, so
yeah.
Well,
they just kept going.
Like
they're still touring now. They got back together and they're touring again. Well, they broke up for 30 years. Ciro and Chris Wilson and George Alexander. They broke up for 30 years and they just got back together about a year ago.
I know.
They've been touring Europe and everything.
Yeah, I saw them at the Elbow Room. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I seen him in Oakland at the Parish. Where are you from originally?
Oakland.
Oakland? Really? Me too.
Yeah.
Where at?
Well, I used to live across the street from Fairyland when I was a little kid.
Oh, yeah, my daughter takes her kids there all the time. Nice area.
Yeah. It's great still today. That part of town really has some magical quality to it.
So, what did your parents do? What kind of work did they do?
Well, they're in their late 60s now, and so they're both kind of semi-retired at the moment, and not really working any serious careers at this time,
What'd they do once upon a time?
My dad used to race motorcycles, and my mom owned a restaurant.
Cool. Are there any other kids?
Nope.
So your daddy's a biker. Far out.
Yes, he is, actually. But, you know, he wasn't like a Hell's Angel kind of biker. You know, he was like a racer guy, you know.
Uh-huh.
He used to race up at Sears Point Raceway.
So he did it professionally?
Yeah, semi-professionally. You know, he was a mechanic in a shop in Oakland, and, you know, they used to work on these race bikes and then kind of sponsor certain racers, I think, and stuff. So he sort of became part of that little circuit. But he also played music. He was a bass player, mostly doing like weird like union gigs, because like, you know, back in the 70s, you don't hear a lot of these days about the union players, but, you know, like I think back at that time it was still kind of this pretty common thing. There's just be these guys join the union, and then the union would just find them jobs. So he used, you know, he would just get a call. They'd be like, okay, we need a guy on the Jerry Lewis telethon. He'd show up at 8, you know?
Well,
and,
that's
you know,
the way Chuck Berry did. He would come in town with him and his guitar, and he'd call the union, and they'd send out a whole band for him. And Chuck would say, you know my songs, play them. And he wouldn't even practice with them.
Right. Yeah, that's funny because my mom's ex-boyfriend, Lonnie, was the bass player in the Steve Miller Blues Band. And that was the first record they made, was backing up Chuck Berry at the Fillmore. They actually, like, basically that's what happened to them. They were this local band, and, you know, Bill Graham or whoever booked the show was like, okay, you kids are going to back up Chuck Berry. And then it got recorded. Yeah, it got recorded and put out on a record. It was like their first record they got to make, was this, like, as the backing band for Chuck Berry on this live album.
Everybody has backed Chuck Berry. I even played on the same bill with him when I was with Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show. We played with Chuck Berry and Stevie Wonder, Black Oak, Arkansas.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
that must have been fun.
That was great. It was amazing. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So you've got a new album coming out?
Yes, it comes out in early March. March 4th, to be exact.
What's it called?
It's called Physical World.
Physical World.
Yeah.
And you wrote all the songs on it?
I did, yeah.
Who's playing on it with you?
My friends here from L.A., the band that came together to do some music with me when I moved here. So it's Jessica Espelita on bass, Wayne Failer on guitar, Nathan Schaefer on keyboards, and then there's two drummers, Paul Burkhart and Andres Renteria. And then it's produced by a guy called Luke Top, who people might know from a band called Fool's Gold. And, yeah.
So where can they find this record?
Well, it's going to be on a label from Spain called Love Monk, and it's also going to be available on cassette tape through a label down here in Southern California called Burger Records. But it's going to be a little bit of a soft release in the sense of we're not going to have a whole lot, you know, of LPs or CDs in the stores. People are going to need to, you know, buy it online or come get it from me at a show. You know, the cassette tape may get out to some shops because those guys, you know, definitely have, you know, a pretty wide net. But as far as the LPs and the CDs, I don't think we're going to be doing a whole lot of actual, you know, physical distro here. It's going to be, you know, order it online, come buy it from me at the show kind of thing. Yeah, and then we're going to go tour Spain in May, and we'll be playing in the States too. We're going to do a record release show at the Chapel March 21. We're going to be playing in an in-store at Burger Records shop on March 30th. And
where's that at?
I think that is in Fullerton, California.
Uh-huh.
And then we're also doing March 15th here in LA at a venue called HM 157.
So are you going to tour Europe again?
Yeah, well, Spain. We're going to go to Spain in May.
Cool.
So that's happening. Possible Germany in June. It's a little bit up in the air still, but good possibility of doing Germany in June too.
Yeah, I got some friends in Germany, some Facebook friends. Maybe they'll come and see. Yeah. They're all fans of Chris Christopherson, so they'd like you. They like pretty.
They would like me if they like
pretty
Chris.
songs. They like voices.
They like
words. They like words, and you're good at words. You know, they like songs that have words that have meanings. So they're big fans of Chris Christopherson because he's very good at words. You know what I mean? Words.
Well, yeah,
words,
Chris
words.
Christopherson is a songwriter.
Yes, and so are you, right?
You know, I'm an apprentice songwriter. You know, I'm just a musician and singer who, like, for whatever reason over the years, it's become a compelling thing to try and write my own songs, and so I do, and I just keep trying to learn how to do it, and I feel like I'm still learning. You know, but
everyone is learning.
Yeah, but I like some of my own stuff.
No, I like your stuff. You're very good. You're a poet, even if you don't know it. So you have how many sites do you have up on the web where people can find you and find your music and find your gigs and stuff?
Well, I have the website BartDavenport.com. It's always a good place to look for schedule. The Facebook. I just recently got on Twitter. I don't really get it, but I don't really know what I'm doing. But I'm on there.
And you're up on YouTube. You got a lot of songs up on YouTube, I see.
Yeah, but you know the thing about that is that you look up someone on YouTube and then like in 3/4 of what's available is just like these crappy videos someone made with their phone. So it's like. You know, like I have a day job, and I tell people, like, if people start to, inquire, like, what do you do? And it's like sometimes I just want to like lie, but then sometimes I explain to them that I'm a musician and I have stuff out there, and they're like, oh, well, is there any, how can I, like, as if it's going to be so difficult for them to figure out, to find it. Like, people know how to use computers most, these days, and I just said, well, just Google my name. There's no other real musician with my name out there doing this. It's pretty easy. It's like just Google me.
It's pretty easy to find people, especially musicians, because they're all over the place. Here I am. You don't have to really look far.
They're always like looking at me as if like it's going to be some weird like detective work they're going to have to do to like find my music. I'm just like, no, just Google my name and you will, if you know how to use the internet, you will find it. And it's like, but then I'm sort of cringing thinking about that. You're going to go to YouTube and see like, the majority of the things that are up there are just like these weird random things that people, shot with their phone and then posted. And, a lot of it is like, obviously really dodgy quality. So,
see, that's why you got to do it yourself. All the stuff of me up there, I put up there myself. So I throw away the bad pictures and I throw away the bad audio. So the stuff that's up there of me is good because I put it there. But that's the only way it's going to be there is if you put it there.
Well, you obviously have control, which is good for you.
I'm a Scorpio.
For sure,
I'm a control freak.
No, I'm a Scorpio too.
Oh, you are? Cool. Yeah, your birthday's the day after mine.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for calling. Yeah. Thank you for being on our show. That was Bart Davenport, and this is Girl George saying adios and good night, and see you later, alligator, and catch you on the rebound, and come back again next week. Good night.
All right, thank you, Girl George. See ya.
All right.
Everybody's crazy but me. Everybody's nutty as can be. Forming gangs, waging wars, paint the names upon the door. You against me, us versus them. No communicado, don't give a damn. Our kids in the street are the gross casualty now. Everybody's crazy. Me. Everybody's nutty as can be. Raping the oceans with derricks for oil, lusting for money, divvying the spoils. Build bigger bombs, store 'em all up. More bombs, they won't take our stuff. Push the wrong button, we're all history now. Everybody's crazy but me. Everybody's nutty as can be. Swirling out, stark, raving mad, grabbing, gouging, slashing the fed. Once they want a piece and scream to be free. Now everybody's crazy but me. Everybody's nutty as can be. Some call it survival, some call it greed. What's a pound of flesh worth today? Go ahead and sell it or give it away. Maybe I'm stupid or just naive.